What's going on, y'all? It's the Kid J Nolan here. Hey man, the whole Glorilla versus HitKidd saga has continued. So I want to give y'all some of the updates on what transpired since the first video I uploaded. So let me set the scene. So last night, HitKidd gets on Twitter. He says that Glorilla and her team are trying to take him to court over the ownership of FNF. He says that she ran off and signed the song to Yo Gotti's CMG label without his involvement, or I guess signing off on it. You know what I'm saying? He also says that he tried to warn her about how people were gonna approach her and try to sign her after the song blew up. He says that she didn't listen, and everything that he advised her not to do, she went against it, right? Which is why they're about to end up in court. Glorilla then comes out, and the first thing she said is, I don't debate with nobody over nothing unless they say my ain't fat. But then she comes back and says one more thing before I log out. You signed the song away the first week without me knowing for $50K because you didn't know how big it was gonna be. Should I keep going? So she's saying that whole story that he concocted on Twitter is completely false. How could the song be signed to one company, but then she allegedly signed it over to Gotti? That's not making sense. She turned around and said, Niggas done made so much money from FNF and I haven't made not one red cent other than shows. But I'm still prospering because guess what? I can rap in real life and ain't no one-hit wonder. I wrote every single lyric and every single song I ever put out. And even after all this, I still got love for HitKidd because we came up together even though he been going behind my back ever since the song blew. But that's another story for another day. I just hate the fact he had to bring the business to social media when I could have been came out about the snakes he been doing to me. So there is a piece in here that does kind of lean in Glorilla's favor. In HitKidd's original tweets, he had one that says, I'm trying to let y'all know about this ahead of time before the story gets out and they make me the bad guy. I'm starting to look at you a little sideways, HitKidd. It seemed to me like you was trying to get ahead of the story before the real tea got leaked. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, this is finna be a messy topic on the social media, so let me go ahead and put my side out first. Glorilla like, bruh, you been racking up the money, or y'all been racking up the money together. I've been only making money off shows. Let's get to the real topic. That's not the end of the story. The CEO of Power Entertainment, who's reportedly management for HitKidd, has joined the conversation. So he says, let me address this from the business side because I see a lot of confusion. End of the day, Anthony Holmes, aka HitKidd, did great business. He gave up 50% of the master and 50% of the publishing for FNF directly to Glow. We actually did everything to protect Glow from the industry and herself. Honestly, Glow independently collects the money for FNF. It's all hers. She doesn't own the song and never will. We actually saved her from losing millions, and Glow was able to get a deal without having to sell her independent record. FNF was created to help all the girls, not for CMG. Just like Tony doesn't own Tomorrow or Blessed, Glow doesn't own FNF since HitKidd put the song out, which was always the plan. Glow and HitKidd get 50% split evenly of all the money brought in on FNF. Unfortunately, CMG froze all the money, even Glow money, in their latest claim to us. So if she hasn't seen her money, tell her to ask her label about it since she sold her masters and publishing to them. Glow won't see a dime until her advance paid back, but that was her choice by signing to CMG. Luckily, HitKidd still owns the song because we did a deal to keep the ownership. His deal was only to distribute the song and market it so that Glow as well as the other girls could be successful because they didn't have the marketing at the time or a budget. HitKidd paid for everything out of pocket to make not only FNF but every song HitKidd put out until we switched to using the budget that we had for an album, not FNF, which was used to make sure the girls was good. This is what happens when you open doors for people. They build the house with you to let someone else live in it. But this won't stop us from doing great business and creating a pipeline of success for Memphis. This will definitely get handled and was a pathetic way for a black man from Memphis to attack another black man from Memphis over a song he wasn't around to even help create. End of the day, we making this public to educate. This could have easily been you. So as of this recording, that is all that I have, okay? So just for anybody that's gonna see this video after more advancements come, I'm gonna have to continue to update this with new videos. Don't be coming in my comments like, oh, she said the song was so, he said this, he said that. Yes, give me an opportunity to get the information and I'll report that to y'all. All right, I just want to go ahead and put that out there for y'all so you don't have to be in my comments talking crazy. Now let's address what Mr. Kadeem Phillips is really saying here. It's very much aligned with what I was talking about last night. Glo then came and refuted it, and it sounded good. And I think part of it is still true to Glorilla, right? Because everybody has their side of the story. So what I'm hearing from both parties, and Glorilla's not lying, she said that HitKidd went and sold the song to another company, right? Now we have Mr. Kadeem Phillips from Power Entertainment saying, HitKidd came to me with this record. We signed it on a distribution deal. HitKidd owns the song, because remember, like I said last night, all of Glorilla's music, or at least the ones that I saw, the songs, were released on HitKidd's YouTube page. The songs in the titles are HitKidd Glorilla. When you pull up FNF on streaming, it says HitKidd Glorilla. Being that they're both artist names on that project or that music, both of them would share co-ownership of the master, and since they both technically composed the song, they share ownership on the publishing side, right? HitKidd, as the producer, as the liaison for the artists in their camp, he is the centralized figure. He's like the Diddy of their situation, right? I'm just using this as a reference. I'm not saying he's like Diddy, but he is the Diddy. He is the Dre. He is the Swiss Beats of the situation, right? So a lot of times when artists go to these producers and you're on the come up, you're going to somebody who has the connections to get you to radio, who has the connections to get you more streams on YouTube than if you uploaded it yourself, which puts them in a position of power. So they basically, anything you do with them kind of falls under their jurisdiction, right? You're coming to my studio, you're using my equipment, you're using my beats. I'm going to shop around the record. You'll share in the ownership of it, but I have that administration duty to see what happens with the song. He then goes to Power Entertainment, presents this record to them. They see it's a smash, it's doing well. He got a $50,000 check on behalf of the song, but Glorilla still owns ownership and publishing on that. Technically, Glorilla should have got $25,000 off that check. Even in the event that she didn't, she still should be getting money off of the streams. Anybody that's actually bought the song off of iTunes or any other retailers, the fact that the publishing is being exploited on radio and all of these different formats, they should be getting paid off of that. All these online stations that are playing the song, they should be getting paid off of that. Now, it does take time for this stuff to accumulate. You're not going to get paid overnight when this stuff starts taking off. This is what a lot of people don't understand. Even on the distribution side or putting your music out, your distributor is going to take anywhere between 60 to 90 days to collect the money before they actually give you your first royalty statement. They're also going to be accumulating the analytics to give you a detailed report. On the publishing side, the BMI ASCAP side, it takes even longer before you start getting royalty checks from publishing. If your song comes out in June, I'm just using a hypothetical date, you're not going to get no publishing money until the following year. That's just the way that the system works. So if Glo is saying she's not making any money outside of performing, then it's probably a combination of those two things. Now, if the money has indeed started rolling in from the streaming aspect, this is where Mr. Kadeem is saying CMG froze the access to the money because now they're trying to audit Power Entertainment and what's going on and trying to get them in court to pass over the ownership of this record. This is some real business, legal mumbo jumbo that I'm sure a lot of y'all really don't care about, but this is the reality of what's going on. Not to mention, he's alleging that Glorilla signed over her master ownership for all her music and her publishing, right? Which is very much a possibility because a lot of new artists do sign that over without having any legal counsel, without having any previous knowledge about what those things entail and what their value is. A lot of people just see an upfront payment and they also see the chain and the jewelry that's on the line. So it's like you get a fat check, you get some jewelry to get iced out. She went and got new teeth, you know what I'm saying? So they basically gave her the starter kit to get her off the ground. So for her, it was like, man, I'm going with Gotti. He's one of the hottest rappers in the game, one of the top artists from Memphis of all time. He's got Rock Nation connections. He's well respected in all circles. No matter where he goes, he can get features from any and everybody that he wants to choose from pretty much. So Gotti is in a position of power, especially in the Memphis scene, especially in the South. He's doing it big right now. He's on his corporate mode. So it was a smart move to align herself with Gotti, but it doesn't mean that she was given the best paperwork. So now that we've got more information coming from both sides, you can kind of see, all right, Glorilla is kind of in the middle of everything going on around her. HitKidd had a little bit of knowledge, you know what I mean, that he says he tried to impart onto her, right? She didn't catch it from HitKidd. She then goes to Yo Gotti's label, gets signed, gets the starter kit. She got money now. You see her style and fashion is elevating. Everything is going right. In the background, who owns her masters, who owns her publishing? Because that's how an artist eats at the end of the day, especially when you're talking about longevity and long term. 10 years from now, who's going to be eating off that record? Then you have Kadeem from Power Entertainment coming over, and he's saying, hey, she signed over her rights, this, that, and the third. I know this because we're about to go through this legal issue. So information has to be exchanged to be understanding why CMG is even coming over here talking to us about a record that we own. Why y'all even talking to us about this? Y'all only have a stake in the music that y'all are creating after the deal. Why are you coming over here talking to us about something that was released prior to your involvement, before you even knew who this girl was? Y'all can take that over there. Now, what could possibly happen is they offer X amount of dollars to lift that ownership from Power Entertainment. However, Kadeem seems like he's willing to fight that. He's not going to accept the check to give this song up because he's like, we got long-term ownership of the record. And this is like gold. You know what I'm saying? An artist's first hit is gold, because even if you don't drop no more music that reaches the same level of your first hit, that song is gonna get played forever. This song could be used in movies. Think about all the scenes where people turn up or go rob a bank or come up on some money or whatever, and it's like, think about scenes with women that get rid of their cheating boyfriend or whatever. All of this stuff could be applied for so much sync opportunities for this FNF song. And if Power Entertainment and these guys own that record, they could be banking off of that forever. And of course, the licensing companies and all of this stuff, they're not sifting through the entertainment news to see what's going on with what. Their job is to exploit the song, to get it maximized, right? So they're not going to say, oh, just because the alliance is not in alignment, we're not going to license this record. Now, if Yo Gotti and them make a big fuss about this and they start reaching out and make it messy, then people are going to back off and say, we don't want nothing to do with that record. So this is going to be some problems. And unfortunately, given all of the information that I have currently, my message from last night still applies that Glorilla needs to sit down for 2 weeks and read up on the music industry. If she's already signed things away, she can't really do too much about it, but she needs to understand where she may have went wrong. Not saying that she didn't make the right decision to get with Yo Gotti, but there could have been some additional negotiation that went into that deal that would have probably put her in a better position long term. Now, hopefully Yo Gotti continues to fight for her and continues to, some labels will sign you to a bad deal and allow you to renegotiate your contract, amend your contract, things like that. Hopefully he'll gradually allow her to gain and retain ownership of her music over time if she is indeed in that 360 sold publishing situation. Yo Gotti recently bought his own masters back, so I would hope he would allow other people to do the same in his label. But that will be a story that's ongoing, and we'll just have to see how it turns out. It's been J Nolan, man. Make sure that y'all like and share this video. Comment down below with your thoughts now that you have the full scope of things. And if this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to the channel. I talk about this type of stuff all the time. I get excited when I see these stories because at the end of the day, everybody that's in the studio, that's contributing to a song, contributing to anything music related, you need to learn the business. If you want to get it from somebody that knows it, but is also able to talk to you in an accessible fashion, go to my website, realjnolan.com. Get the Pen Game Portfolio Volume 2. That is a book that is available for you. I have it available in audio format. I have it available in digital format. I even have hard copies that you can get sent to your crib. Audio and digital, $15. Hard copy, $25. realjnolan.com, or you can search it on Amazon. All right. Much love and respect, y'all. I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.